Zarya Ulnea. Ayla. Something to report? Aye, Zarya. But I think it best if you come see it for yourself. Come, step outside with me. Sangsor's beard. Is that the dragon's lamp? Uncle Olaf would tell me stories about it. I didn't even think it were real, but it's lighting. In the dawning of 1,000 days, I never thought to lay my eyes on it. You know, the valley folk are soft and squishy, but by Decla's shade, they can craft a pretty picture, can't they? It's got to be them what's done it, eh? Uncle Olaf, Queen Kavan, and all their fellows? Sure as my brow is thick, Ayla. Now, as Chief Scout, I've a new charge for ye. Aye, Zarya. Anything? Watch the road for our Queen's coming. I've got something special in mind for our returning heroes.
Hey Dungeoneers, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of the Strahdcast. If you like what we do here, remember to follow us on YouTube or subscribe via your favorite podcast app to get notified every time we release new episodes. Thanks again, and take your listen with advantage.
When last we left our heroes, leaving Argynvost behind, our heroes made for the winery to return the third and final magical gemstone. Dmitri, anxious at the prospect of seeing his grandfather for the first time in 10 years, took some much-needed comfort and consolation from Drogar and Irina. Arriving at the Wizard of the Wines, our heroes discovered the humble stewards of the vines, the Spriggans, as well as Dmitri's Aunt Stefania and her brood of Martikovs. Though Stefania was overjoyed to see Dmitri returned, Davian made an entrance with his usual sour grapes. Will the Martikovs manage to move through the trauma of the past and reconcile? Find out now on the Strahdcast. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Shuffle off this mortal coil and transport yourselves to the far, foggy realm of Barovia.
Why don't you come down and say hi to your nephew?
Grandson.
Grandson. Thank you, Winnie.
I should have said that in the Winnie voice.
Wait, hold on. Why don't you come down here and say hi to your nephew?
Grandson.
Thank you, Winnie. Grandson!
No, it's okay. It's okay. Everybody looks up and Davian is standing there very severely. Hello, Grandpapa.
I had heard you were back about. Why did it take you so long to come here?
Well, Speak true, boy. Speak true from the heart.
I didn't know if you wanted to see me, Grandpapa. Well, last time, we did not leave on the brightest of terms. But I apologize. It was ill of me to be away from my family for so long, especially after I had already come back into the fold. But I am not here to bicker about timing, Grandpapa. I am here because we have smited the devil twice. We have lit the beacon of Argynvost, defeated the witch who has plagued our family for generations, and I come to make right. Finally return all 3 gems to their proper place. And he kind of holds it aloft.
For the people.
For the people of this valley.
Attaboy.
And he just kind of looks down. You can stay for lunch. And he turns around and you hear the sound of his cane. He walks back through the balcony doors and just leaves you kind of still standing about. Okay, that didn't go bad, actually.
That was pretty okay.
You enjoy the lunch that you've earned. Leave your grandfather to me. And Drogar will beeline it inside, and one old man to another.
You want to go find him?
He's going to go have a conversation with him.
Okay, cool, great. So you're doing that. And otherwise, the rest of these new Martikovs that you have met, kind of in a flurry of motion, begin kind of setting up the veranda for a little luncheon.
Having been shown how to set the table properly by Vasilka at the abbot's house. I want to go over to Vasilka and join her in helping set up the table if she's participating in that.
Surely.
What a fucking deep cut.
Surely. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, like, Dag goes down, brings up a long,
Olaf will help him get the table too. He'll
Correct.
help do like the carrying and stuff.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Yeah, is there some wine to sample while we set up the
That is a really good idea.
Now, you are asking the right questions.
I knew I liked you.
Come fist me. So y'all go down to the cellar. I heard it too, Campbell.
Okay.
What?
Come fist me.
Come with me. Yeah.
No, come fist. Oh, Jesus.
Sweet Christ almighty.
Hey, Olaf hasn't, talked about any of his love connections yet. We don't know.
We don't know. No shade.
No.
No shade, no shame.
That's Von Richten.
The Berserkers
No
are
shade,
very
no shame.
open-minded,
That's
you
true.
know?
Yeah.
Back in the day, people were not so strict with their love.
That is very true. That is very true. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, way back when the Greeks invented sex, and then the Romans figured out you could do it with women.
That's a great joke.
There's something about it that's core to Trevor's being. It's revealing about something deep in you.
Yeah. Heyo.
Heyo.
Speaking of fisting.
Jesus Christ.
I call him Fister Roboto.
And the best part is,
He's learning. You walk around the side of the building with Dag, and he kind of like bounces a little bit along. He's a pretty cheery fellow, all things considered. And as you're walking around the side of the building, he turns to you and says, "So, I'm so sorry. I don't believe I got your name."
Oh, sorry, Skogr Olaf.
Oh, a very proud name. Mine is Dag Thomaskew. It's not as intimidating, but I like it fine.
I think it suits you pretty well.
Thank you. What is it you do, Mr. Olaf?
Oh, I used to be the chief scout of my people, and I've kind of become the scout of my friends here.
I was noticing your little merry band. Quite the setup you've got.
Yes, they're pretty amazing.
Well, you seem to fit in swimmingly. Me, I'm a very simple man, I take care of a lot of the little things around the winery no one else wants to do, but I don't complain. It's good work, and it pays to see Stefania happy.
Oh.
Your happiness is quite, contagious.
I decided at a very young age, why be anything else?
Maybe I'll start thinking that way.
You should try it.
Do you have some wine we can taste while we discuss this further?
And that will open the door. Come with me. And you get to, some of those cellar doors, like the big slanted ones around the back of the building. And he throws them wide, and you make your way down. You did not visit the cellar when you were here last,
No, we've
right?
never visited
okay,
the cellar.
Cool. So yeah, you head down the stairs, and Olaf, the first thing you notice is you get down into the cellars. It's freezing. And the only light is what's coming through the open doors down here. As you walk in, there are these long shelves. The room is maybe 5'10", like 60 feet long. And there's these long shelves all lined with, how it is, the ends of the bottles sticking out of the racks. And he goes, we have a few vintages left over from the old days. Of course, we'll be getting the new product up and going pretty soon, which we're all very excited about. But this is a special occasion, as we are meeting new friends, and our young wayward scion has come back into the fold, which I must say I was not expecting when I woke up this day, but here we are.
He's quite something. How old is this wine?
Well, let me ask you this, friend Olaf. How old can you handle?
Where is that fucking drop?
He gets like gleeful and like I feel like almost like bounces back and forth. And he's like,
I can't. It's the oldest you have. I go. Do you think it's okay if I try it?
Well,
We are celebrating. Come with me. I'm going to show you something very special. And he goes to one wall. There's sort of one wall that kind of juts out from the four sort of walls of the room into the center that kind of like divvies the room into two sections. And he goes up to the facade of it and says, "Now watch this." And he taps on a couple of different bricks.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah. He, like, taps a sequence
Some
of
Diagon
bricks.
Alley shit going on
Yeah. And as he, like, raps on the last one, it's almost like, you know how bricks almost have that kind of, like, lovely acoustic sound to them? Because, you know what I mean? Like, because they have all the air pockets in them. So you clink them and they kind of... Yeah, exactly. It's that, like, kind of pleasing sound and the wall moves away. There's a dark corridor beyond, and as the wall opens, you're blasted with an even colder dose of air. Now, this is a real secret. To keep the wine chilled, we must maintain a constant temperature. The Martikov wine is very particular that way. And to achieve this temperature, we use slime.
And I think when the wall started moving, Olaf's jaw just dropped, and like... He hears this and he hears slime and he looks at me and just goes, "Are you a wizard?"
No, just a very lucky man who married into the right family.
What?
Which is a sort of magic itself.
Yeah. Slime. Show me the slime.
Great. So yeah, a dark tunnel stretches for 15 feet, ending in an archway beyond which lies a shallow cave. In the cave at the far end, you kind of coming into view, there are more wine bottles on the walls here. But as you get to the end of the hallway in that cave, the walls of it are covered with brown mold. And by that, I mean the monster brown mold, which generates a sort of icy aura around itself and lowers the temperature. So they use these monsters to keep the cellar cold to store the wine.
That's so fucking cool.
Trade secrets, my friend. Now, be careful.
What is that?
Oh, well, they are helpful little creatures. Don't get too close now. They're reasonably safe unless you...
And I think as you were saying that, I was like pointing my finger towards it, getting closer. Then you said like, "Don't get too close," and he like whipped his finger back.
Let me see if I can get you a picture. I mean, it's what it sounds like. It's just mold, but they like absorb heat.
Okay.
The creatures like absorb heat from the air.
Is there like eyes or mouth?
Not particularly. No,
it just looks
it's just like the walls of this little cave built into the cellar are just covered with these creatures, like these slime creatures.
Maybe it just looks like it's like breathing a little bit, but
like undulating a little bit. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. But like before you get to the cave, he pulls one of the bottles from off the rack and looks at it sort of appraisingly. Oh, this was from before, you know.
How?
Well, you know, wine is a magical thing. It's not like us, you see. It's not like our bodies that wither with age. It just gets better as time goes on.
How much do you have?
Let's start with this.
I want to drink the whole thing, but I can't drink it without the rest of everyone. It's too high.
Oh, no, certainly. Well, certainly we would not wish to imbibe with our company of friends. However, my friend, I think it's important that we test it, no? Just to make sure it has not lost its potency in all this time.
I mean, Kavan is up there, so I should probably make sure that it won't hurt her.
My thoughts exactly. And he for a James Bond gadget, like a bottle opener, just like appear, like a corkscrew, just like appears in his hand.
It's like a magic,
like a wrist mounted, like corkscrew, like a James Bond gadget, and just like, and he like, and he hands the bottle to you.
And yeah, I'll take a sniff and...
Oh, that's the most marvelous thing I've ever smelled.
Try, my friend. Try.
Are you sure?
Please. I would be insulted if you did not take the first.
Oh, you honor me, my friend. Oh, okay. And he just like takes a little sip, like he holds it above his mouth because he doesn't even want to put his mouth to it. He's like worried about spoiling it for anyone else, and he just, oh, dag. Oh, this is the most wonderful thing I've ever tasted in my life. You must try it.
Give me a con save, Tyler.
Oh, shit.
Strong shit.
It's strong. This is like 400 years old.
Nice.
That was a 16 on the die for a 21.
Nice.
Terrific. It's the Champagne de l'Estom, which has the magical property of tasting like whatever your favorite thing is. But
Wow.
even this.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Have we not had it yet? Have you not
we've had it, but
yet?
you never
We've had
told us
we
that
didn't
it.
know that it was that
I'm pretty sure. But did I not?
I have no recollection of that.
I'm sorry. But yeah, it tastes like...
Here I am thinking it just tastes like
Champagne.
It tastes like whatever is... I mean,
High
it tastes
Life.
like booze, but it tastes like the
High
most
Life.
delicious...
Here I'm
booze
thinking
that
it
you
just
can
tastes
imagine.
like Miller High Life.
Well, it might.
The champagne of
It might, if that's what you're into. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is the Champagne de l'Estom sort of magically becomes what is most fitting and appropriate to you. So with that in mind, and this is 400-year-old de l'Estom.
Yeah.
So what is it for you, Tyler?
So I think it's like, just like the most, like after taking a bite of like the most perfect roast boar is like just that perfect chaser of wine that you need to like refresh you. And it's like still has that like savory flavor of the boar, but the wine cuts through to like cleanse the palate.
I think you can't even speak, Olaf.
Speak. Okay, yeah. So I think he takes the sip, and I think he just like sits down.
Yeah, and Dag kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder and says, I know.
A single tear rolls down
I
his face.
honestly, I think so. And he just like looks at the bottle and then just like speechlessly like holds it back up to Dag.
2 new friends.
2 new friends.
Cut to. That's awesome. Let's do Drogar and Davian. So yeah, you head in. So we break from like Davian just headed back in the balcony. You set off Drogar, making your way into the Rhinery. The time is yours.
It's the grumpy old man show. It's the grumpy old man show.
A grumpy old man.
So Drogar kind of comes in and makes a key of like closing the door extra hard so it can be heard. And he just of the armor kind of coming in through the door. Well, you certainly know how to give a warm welcome.
Yeah, you hear the plunking of the walking stick, and yeah, he appears again on that. In the main chamber here, there are the 3 huge vinification vats, and there's a second story balcony where they stand atop to pour in the grapes and the yeast and all. And so yeah, he's standing up there, and you hear him kind of plunk his way out.
Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all you do. But we found ourselves in this position in the first because the boy made a stupid choice. Now I'm supposed to celebrate that he realized it was stupid?
Let me understand this. The boy is responsible for the disappearance of all 3 gems?
Certainly not.
Yet, if I'm not mistaken, he helped you regain 2 of the 3. Is the boy responsible for the valley plunging into darkness due to Strahd's rule? Or Baba Lysaga killing your people?
He didn't help.
But he did. He did. My blind old friend. Your grandson is such a gift to you. How long is long enough to hold anger and hatred? What does it breed but contempt? You have your gems. You have your grandson. Your family waits for you around a table to enjoy lunch in a green grove. When was the last time you could say that you saw the grove green?
Well, what do you propose I do, Drogar? Let the water pass under the bridge? Forget that he almost destroyed our way of life? I'm glad he's safe. I'm glad he's alive. Curmudgeonly as I am, certainly I don't want to see any more Martikov blood spilled into the dirt. But I tried to teach the boy. I tried to guide him, as I did his uncle. But I failed.
Davian, this world belongs to the young.
Not while I have anything to say about it.
And the biggest sin, perhaps, is that when you reach our age, is when you really begin to enjoy and understand what it's worth. Yes, you tried to teach the boy. I've tried to teach Winnie. Some lessons have come through, and other times it's futile, because the young are going to do what the young are going to do. And sometimes, I'm sure you know this, you have to learn the hard way. But Davian, the important thing is that the boy lives, and the gems are back. And Strahd is far weaker than he has been in centuries. And the valley glows with hope.
Give me a persuasion.
Come on. Guidance.
Is that a faint guidance I feel through the wall?
A slingshot bolt just comes.
It's a 12. Did not roll well.
Have you ever been the head of a family, Drogar?
No, that I have not. I have been the advisor to an emperor, but I have not held the responsibility of a lineage like you have.
It's a hell of a lot more work.
I'm sure.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on the boy, but I look at him and I just see that day. Do you have children, Drogar?
No.
My wife dedicated her life to making this family strong. She raised 4 children to adulthood, a feat a Martikov has not been able to claim in centuries. And she did it herself. Once she was gone, I let it fall apart. When I lost Adrian, and Elvir, and Dmitri too, I'm not the man I thought I was. How can I face them now?
Very simple. Allow me to help you with it.
I'm going to cast Atonement. I'm going to cast Ceremony and use Atonement. It's just, like, the mechanics of it is you touch one willing creature whose alignment has changed, and you make a d20 wisdom check. On a successful check, you restore the target to its own original alignment.
Sure. No, I hear you.
I don't really like the mechanics
No,
of
I got you. Yeah.
But I did the same thing with the ghost.
Yeah,
just like
absolutely.
I'll walk over to Davian and just kind of put a gentle hand on his shoulder and just go,
Davian, as a cleric of Tyr, I hereby relinquish you of the grief and the agony for which you bear, for the supposed failures and supposed wrongdoings to your family. There, it's that simple. Now God has absolved you, and now you are able to go be with your family.
That's it?
That's it.
I think Drogar gives him like a wink.
Davian, how many years have you and I have left?
I'll never die.
Fair. How many years do you think I have left? On second thought, don't answer that.
I don't know how long your kind live. It's new to me.
You know as well as I do that life is short and can be cut even shorter. For the first time in how many years, your family is gathered downstairs in good conditions.
I failed them, Drogar. I failed my boy.
Then make it up to them now.
Fine.
And all you have to do is bring the wine.
That I can do.
Great. Now where is the bathroom?
Great. Cut 2. Now that's an old man conversation.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, my gracious.
Cut 2. We have the table coming up with Dag and Olaf setting it out. Some ravens fly over carrying a tablecloth and in their, the four corners in their beak and deposit it upon the table. And then, Vasilka starts coming up and very fluently, laying everything down in its proper place at the table as you approach Winnie.
Yep, I'll go right up to her, and just like I did before, I just kind of come up and smile up at her, and if she's got her little... last time, I think she had a little basket of silverware and linen.
Yeah, great, yeah. Yeah, it's like a Red Riding Hood. She has a Red Riding Hood picnic basket.
Yeah. So I come up on the picnic basket side, and I just reach up into the basket, and I start laying things out, and I keep on looking back at her and checking in, and being like, this is where you told me to put it.
Is that you, Winnie?
Hey!
Oh, it is wonderful to see you again. Would you like to help me set the table?
I would love that. I also had a question.
Well, okay.
And I hold little Lev up, and I'm like, this is Levy. Touch him's little face.
Oh, welcome to meet you, Levy.
And she kind of traces her fingers along the stitching, across his face and across his chest.
Well, hello, Levy. Where have you come from?
I think, come from a lot of places like you.
Worldly is a very forgiving way to describe us.
I was wondering if you had any advice on how to take care of him, because he's like you. What kind of foods does he eat? Do I need to feed him food? Does he sleep at night? What do I need to do to keep him safe?
He is, as I am, he was brought into this world. Not in the typical sense.
Yeah, Baba Lysaga made him.
Goodness. Well, if he's anything like me, he won't need to eat.
Not ever at all? Will it hurt him if I fed him some? I fed him some oatmeal the other morning, I admit.
Indeed, no. That's how I learned to cook. I still have a sense of taste, after all.
Oh, yeah. And you like tasting things? It doesn't make you sicky?
No, I quite enjoy it. In fact, since you all uplifted me from the Abbey, I have found so many things that I enjoy.
Like what?
Well, young Winnie, much of the world is not so different from cooking. Everything has its place and the time it needs, and so many of the skills translate. I have found great success in woodworking and sculpting, and I don't know, I just rather appreciate using my hands.
Wow. Have you made anything?
Yes, indeed. And she kind of reaches into the sort of lapel of her dress, and she pulls out a thin thread, and the end of it dangles a little charm it's a little dog.
Oh my gosh. What's it made out of? Is it carved out
wood,
of wood?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
I carved it myself. I shall give it to Othro if ever we see each other again.
I've been meaning to send him a message. I should do that today. I should do that later on tonight.
I'm sure he would greatly appreciate that. He was always a sensitive soul.
He's so sweet and nice. I hope they're okay over there. How did you know how to carve a dog? Have you ever seen a dog?
No, but oftentimes, Othro would let me sort of feel the features of his face, just to get a sense of things. And I know he's only half, but I got the gist.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Do you want to hold Levy?
Can I?
Yeah.
She kind of holds her arms out and open.
I'll pass him, I'll tradesies her, and I'll take her basket and give her Levy to hold, and I'll keep on setting the table so that she can hold Levy for a little bit.
Give me an insight check.
I really want to do good at this.
You can do it with advantage if you like.
Dirty 20.
Nice. you kind of see a change go over as she takes the baby into her arms. You know, she can't see, so she doesn't look at him, but she like takes him in his arms and rocks him back and forth gently. I've never met another like me. It's good to know I'm not alone.
Yeah. Do you want to hold on to him for a little bit?
Maybe.
I think I've got the hang of it. I remember from last time.
You're a quick study, Winnie. Yeah. And you go about as she just, that's so sweet. Yeah. Great. So that's going on as the table's brought up and it's set for dinner. Stefania comes out. She's got a big like oven tray with a full rabbit. Like a whole like spitted rabbit, sitting on top of a bed of like carrots and celery and such. And she comes out and she says, I had to trade an arm and a leg to the Kreskovians for this, but I think the occasion merits it. What do you say, everyone?
Is it like one of those big rabbits?
Yeah, it's like a hare. Yeah.
Nice.
A jackalope.
What do you say, everyone? Should we have a seat and...
Well, yes, almost. Hold on. And Drogar runs off into the other room, and he comes back with a tray of Neverwinter French toast. Because he has the cinnamon now.
Uh-huh.
So he comes in, and there's like a tray, and it's like perfectly buttered. It's like, we see like Winnie's eyes, like, as like these big shimmers of like butter and sugar kind of like powder it. And he just kind of goes, full dessert. Shall we say grace?
Yeah, and Davian makes his way down. You again hear the cane.
Yeah, and I think like everybody at the table is just...
Yeah, everyone comes to see it, and as Davian comes out, you know, he stands, he opens the big swinging like barn
So
doors
dramatic.
of the veranda, like in the Two Towers, and he steps out. And everyone kind of, yeah. Everyone kind of like heads swivel to him, you know. Dmitri is sitting there at the table. Irene is right next to him, and he swings his head and he looks at his grandfather. And Davian looks to Dmitri. He says, "Young Dmitri, I have never been wrong."
Drogar face palms.
But I have been hasty.
Good save, man.
I'm glad you're home.
Well, fuck all of you. Let's eat.
The camera kind of like, I pictured it like panning out like the end of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, where everyone's around the table.
Yes.
And it just kind of zooms.
roast.
It just kind of zooms
roast
out as
beast.
you're carving the roast beast, you know, and,
I love it.
and sitting down
So we
to a
can
meal.
we can jump back in and kind of cut to
Yeah, I think we
wherever.
can cut to saying goodbye to the wizard. Unless there's anything else
Yes.
anybody wants to do or talk to or take care of. My thought was we would just jump in, kind of loading up the cart, say goodbye,
Great.
and getting on our way to the Berserker camp is the plan, right? Since
Yes.
we're here.
Yes.
Since we're in the
you know,
neighborhood.
Just since
might as
we're
well.
around.
Yeah, might as well.
Yes,
I mean,
please.
we're here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's on the way. It'd be weird not to. They'd see us passing
Right.
by.
Also,
No.
yeah, especially now, since you just had lunch, it's getting later into the day. We'll say it's probably like 2 or 3 now. You wouldn't be able to make it back all the way to Velaki before dark. So yeah,
But
it
we
makes
could make
sense
it to the Berserkers.
But you can make it. Yesterhill is not far from the winery.
Yes. Okay. We can
So
have
you
dinner
can make
there.
it. You can make it. You make your way there, and stay with the Berserkers tonight. Is the plan, or was the plan? So we're loading up the cart. You know, folks milling about as is their wont. And I think, you know, just as we're getting ready to leave, finally, Davian. You know, you hear the the plunking of his cane as he
Everyone stop talking about him.
makes his way out onto the deck, maybe while you're all stood around the wagon packing up to leave. And he looks over all of you appraisingly and says,
Well, that was not entirely awful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was really nice and very delicious. Thank you.
I'm glad you enjoyed. I have some things. First,
and he snaps his fingers really quick. And Dag comes rolling out with a big barrel of wine on a little like hand truck. And he comes trundling out with it, and starts
Olaf's new boyfriend.
and starts wheeling it over to your wagon.
And he says, give this to the berserkers. We have been behind in our shipments, and I think they will be very pleased.
Oh, yay! That'll be really good.
That's great.
It's old vintage, some of the champagne we held on to, for emergencies.
Oh, thank you, wine master. Dag, let me help you with that, friend.
Yes, it's very heavy.
Lift with your knees.
Oh, that works.
I'll go over to where Vasilka still has the baby, I think.
Yeah, we'll say
in the fading daylight.
Yeah, we'll say Erwin and Vasilka also have a cart and they're loading up as well. Like they're
going to
ready.
head back?
Yeah, they're
Okay,
getting
cool.
ready to head out. Yeah.
Vasilka.
Oh yes, hello, Winnie.
You're going back to Vallaki now?
Yes, indeed. A lot of hungry mouths to feed, a lot of thirsty patrons to get back to. After all,
Yeah. Do you think that you can feed all the mouths and stuff and hold on to the baby? Or do you want me to take him with me and I'll meet you back in Vallaki when we go there?
oh, and she
If
looks
you want
down.
to hold on to him, that's totally fine. I trust you.
Well, it's only that I worry that in all of your adventures and daring do, I don't know if it's the safest place for the little cherub.
I quite agree.
I totally agree.
Perhaps I could just, and she like, as you ask her, you see her hands kind of like tighten around him a little bit, like as you come over to ask, and she's like, maybe perhaps he could just stay with me while you're out on your daring adventures.
Right. We have one more stop to make and you're going straight there?
Yes, I believe we shall make time.
Yep, he is safer with you. He's got his blanket. Does he need anything else? And I'll go scrounging around in my bag. There's like one rotten carrot at the very bottom of it. There's like some things that are kind of spattered with blood. I'm like, does he? Yep, I think you got everything you need.
It was wonderful to see you again, Winnie. It's just such a treat when our paths cross.
I'd really like to see you too. I was really excited to introduce you to Levy. I think that he can really use your guidance on how to be in the world as a little construct guy.
Well, if I can pass half as much good guidance on to him as you did to me, I think we'll do just fine.
That's really sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, little Winnie.
When you get back there, could you do me a favor?
Yes, of course.
We're on our way, but can you just check on all the people that we have dropped off? Can you just please check on Izek and please check on Gertruda?
Oh, yes, there's something of a little collection gathering at the Blue Water now of strays and orphans, isn't there?
Yeah, I feel really bad about it that we just keep on dropping off people and then leaving. So could you just check on everybody, make sure everybody's okay?
Oh, yes, indeed. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned Izek is integrated quite well, I must say.
Really?
Oh, yes. We've never had more firewood.
Wow. That's really good. I'm glad.
Yes, indeed. Gertruda, well, I think you've met.
Yeah. Is she being nice to people?
If not demanding.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, we'll be there soon.
Very good. Well, safe travels.
You too. Travel safe.
Great. So you say goodbye to Vasilka, you get the wagon loaded up. Davian is still standing there on the deck. And as you're kind of gathering up, he says, and one more thing. Little Dmitri. And Dmitri turns around and says, yes, Grandpapa.
Drogar gives him a little push in the lower back forward.
Yes, Grandpapa. And he snaps again. And Stefania walks over. And she's holding this sort of beautifully polished, almost like beigey orange kind of, it looks kind of like maybe like a carpenter's box, It's got a nice sort of like brass handle on top, perfect square with a nice wood. What do you call Ned? You're the wood guy. It's kind of, it almost looks like there's
Wood
like
fact.
ripples or waves going across it. Do you know what I mean?
Figured.
Figured. Thank you. Oh, see, I knew he would know. So yeah, figured wood for the cover. And Stefania, what?
Nothing.
What?
Figured wood. That wood's got a shape to it.
Play the sexy drop. I forget which button it is. I've been playing so long.
Roll the dice.
Hey! Riding a bike.
Oh, boy.
Okay. David, I have something for you. And he snaps. Stefania comes out with this box. He says, it belonged to your grandmother.
It has not seen much use in some time, as none of us have been quite as gifted as you. I'm hoping you can put it to good use.
Stefania walks over and hands this chest to Dmitri, and he opens it up. And if you're close by and you take a peek, you'll see it's full of vials and syringes and little measuring cups and weights. It's an alchemist's kit.
Oh.
It's alchemy tools. And he kind of like pulls some of the pieces out and looks them over and inspects them. And he says, "Oh, thank you, Grandpapa. I didn't even know we had this in the family. This is wonderful." He turns to all of you. I think I would be able to make potions for you.
Oh, whoa! That's really great.
Wait, you meant you can't turn sulfur into gold?
I'm working on it. Give me time.
It was a joke. Never mind.
I laughed it. Davian goes,
A Spriggan in the background.
yeah.
They get it. They got it.
Yeah, and he just looks back to Davian and he says, "Grandpapa, this is a kingly gift. I thank you." And Davian, looks a little uncomfortable a second and snuffles and he goes, "I will thank you to leave now. Fuck off, all of you."
Kingly.
Dmitri, take good care of them.
"Oh, I will. You can be sure that I will. I will start putting them to good use right away. Oh, this is very exciting." And he kind of turns and starts walking. It's like a kid on Christmas. He keeps pulling out bits and looking over them. And he's like, "Oh, 25 milliliters. Wow."
Drogar will walk up to Davian and we'll just kind of put a hand on his shoulder and go, "Very good.
The boys are okay. And so have you. I thank you.
Is there anything else you require from us before we head out on our way?"
All gems returned. My wife's favorite toolkit put to good use.
And your family gathered in good health to boot?
Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, you have some daring business to be about, I imagine.
Yes.
Very good.
We'll give your son your regards.
Huh? Oh, sure. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Now, fuck off!
I forgot we're interrupting your nap time.
And he turns to go. Stefania and Dag all give, and the kids, they all say their fond farewells as well. Yeah, I think maybe at a certain point, Stefania comes over to Kaz and Winnie, and just quickly is like, "It's nice to have another woman around here. It's a little more feminine energy. It was good to have you."
Yeah, that's you know me.
Thank you, Stefania. We had a really nice time.
You're very welcome. If you ever want to learn how to blow glass, you know where to come.
Cool. Okay.
That is cool.
And then remind me who the kids were here.
Oh, I have it. Claudio.
Yes.
Well, Claudio's early 20s, so kid? Question mark.
Not so much kid anymore.
Martin, who's 16-ish, and Vigo, who is 10-ish.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
I imagine that at a certain point in the dinner, Winnie and Vigo finished eating and got bored and climbed down from the table and were running around chasing Spriggans.
He showed you how to. That's great. Yes, chasing Spriggans. That's great. That's great. That's great.
And so after we say goodbye to Stefania, I think that Winnie catches out of the corner of her eye Vigo's over there, and he's kind of hiding because they've been kind of playing tag for a little bit.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And I'll be like, "Bye, tag!" And I'm no, that's not fair. And I'm gonna take off running around the whole winery and then jump up in the cart just as we're pulling away.
That's great. So yeah, give me an athletics check.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him one too. What'd you get?
14.
Okay, he got a 3. So, so you're fine.
I jump up on the cart just as the wheels are taking off.
It bounces a little bit as you land, and you wheel off, and he's like, "That's not fair!" And he gives big waves goodbye.
Round 2 next time.
Okay.
Bye. Bye, Vasilka.
Goodbye, Winnie.
Bye, Levy.
She's waving off in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Over here.
Oh, bye,
This
Winnie.
way. Bye, baby.
Let's make like a construct baby and leave. E.
Hey, yes.
Nailed it.
That
Absolutely.
was my brooch.
Okay. Wait, I have one of those. I forgot which one it is.
Absolutely.
Nope,
nailed
not
it.
that one. Not that one. That's the one. It's been a while. I haven't been
Although
touching.
my soul felt that last one when you said that joke.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's fair.
I liked it.
Onward to the Berserkers camp
Yes, we go. Off we are.
to see Kaz's girlfriend.
What?
Kaz's friend and co-worker, Zarya. As they're pulling away, and Winnie's sitting on the back of the cart swinging her legs, and she's watching the baby disappear again. She can't help but feel, even though she's surrounded by her family, she just is struck with that little bit of loneliness again that comes with saying goodbye to people, that just makes her think of Pasha. And as they're pulling out, I'm just going to scan for rocks.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. As you're rolling out. All right. Give me investigation or survival.
Doesn't matter.
What is it?
It's so low. 8. I gotta finish my project.
How many more do you need?
3.
3 more. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
getting
Sorry.
there.
Not
You're
this
getting
time. It is a lot of. There's a lot of excitement, and and these you're farther away from like the banks of the river, which is where you've been able to find all the best ones.
She scans for a little while and then just pulls her legs up in the back of the cart and rests her chin on her knees and watches out the back. She doesn't want to be sad. She wants to be happy. There's a lot of good things that have happened, but she really misses him.
The cart rolls along. It's not a long trek to Yester Hill, and it's one you've done a number of times before.
Kaz, will you join me up front here?
Okay.
Ravenloft is in our near future. I wanted to ask you, as one tactician to another, what do you think our best chance of assault is?
You know, I haven't had to attack many things that had walls.
Yes. And in my experiences, those behind walls seldom fall to those attacking. As want as I am to charge all out and bury him in his own castle, I would also like to spare as many lives of the valley as possible. Many will die, that is for certain, but I would like to spare as many as possible.
Death is part of war.
Are we in a war?
Well, Winnie, by the traditional term of war, kind of. But yes, make no mistake, we are at war for the life of the valley and the people that live in it.
She's just still sitting on the back of the cart looking out, but just listening.
What do you think, Winnie? If we had to enter Ravenloft, what do you think our best chances?
I think
Let it out. I see it. Go
I
ahead.
think your best chances of assault is wherever there is a pepper. And then she puts her chin back on her knees. And keeps looking at the cart.
There will be time enough for planning, old friend. Let's take things one thing at a time, huh?
Yes, very well.
Too much spinning spoils the loom, my friend. Now it's time for resting.
And you can just tell that he's like, he's brooding, he's troubled.
Yeah.
He's not letting it go. He's very much like, he's gone into tactician mode. He's playing the end game.
Okay.
And he just kind of like broods.
A pepper! I get it!
That was funny. Did you come up with that right now?
Yes.
Let's just find assault.
Winnie doesn't like war. She needed to make a joke.
It was fun. It was a good one.
As we approach, Olaf is just going to try to sneak up
Great.
as best as possible on the camp just to see what
Sure.
the watch looks like.
Just to scout out ahead. Great.
Yeah.
You do
Nice.
so.
More just to see how well Ayla's doing with the, and like,
I love that.
Yeah,
I love
great.
that.
Perfect. Yeah, okay, great. So, give me a survival check, Olaf.
okay. 21.
Okay,
Nice.
great. Now, please give me a perception check.
11.
Oh, that's too funny. Okay. You're making your way through the forest, and you just hear off in the distance, like just a little sound of disturbance, maybe just the brushing of a leaf out of time, or the slight snapping of a twig. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so I'll like try to like duck under cover and like try to get sight of what I heard.
Okay, great. Yeah, you duck and tuck in. Do you know what it is? You like you make a little bit of a move, hustling through the forest, and you kind of like tuck and roll to bound yourself around the trunk of a huge tree to try and get a little angle. And just as you come rolling around and like hit your back up against the tree to get into position, Ayla slams almost the exact same way up against the exact same tree, and she's like, "Oh, oh, I was trying to sneak up on you."
I was trying to sneak up on you.
She got an 11 too. That's funny.
I see you haven't lost your touch.
Oh, I see you have.
Yeah, maybe a step or two. I'll give it back, though.
I have no doubt. How fare you, Uncle?
Better now to be home. How fare you? How's the clan?
Faring well enough. Taking over as head scout has been, well, it's been interesting. You know, I knew that when I took over, it would mean that a lot of extra responsibilities would fall to me, but who knew that would be so many extra responsibilities.
I just trust those around you. You don't have to do it all yourself.
Aye, the lads have been good, for the most part.
If I need a crack in the heads, you just let me know.
Don't think I haven't thought about it. No, it's okay. Turek and Skop give me a bit of a headache. Turek thinks I'm too cocky, and Skop not cocky enough, if you take my meaning. But
well, you're definitely too cocky. And if Skop, that's the name you said. Sorry.
Yeah, Skop.
And if Skop's got anything to say, we'll challenge him.
I thought about it, but if I give him a thump on the head, then it's just gonna piss the rest of them all off. Don't you worry, Uncle. They'll fall into line. I just gotta keep being brilliant.
That you do. Now let's go meet the rest of the crew.
Aye. Are your friends still witches?
Yeah. Let's, you know what? Let's have a little fun.
I was thinking the same thing.
Aye. All right. We'll do it the old trick, all right?
Well, your lead.
All right. Here we go. And yeah, so...
I'm so delighted.
we cut back to Drogar just...
And I just imagine two spears.
Yes! Oh my god!
Drogar gets
Olaf was one of the spears, right?
I think it's canon that he was the one that threw the spear.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Oh, that's so
spears! It's raining!
It's raining spears! Oh, that's it. Yeah. Uh-huh. So yeah, all of y'all in the cart. Yeah, I think they crisscross. It's like they crisscross right in front of the cart and like impact in two different tree trunks. Just
War!
Hang on, everyone!
And then you just hear like Olaf's like, oh, not as good as your friend Artemis, but pretty good.
Oh, we got you good. They barely nearly jumped out their britches.
I think the dragon pooped himself.
Dragons don't poop themselves.
The dragon shit himself.
All right, you two.
All right, it's all just a good lot of fun. Don't you be worried. We've been seeing you come in for a while. Glad to have you back at the hill. Zarya's got a little something prepared for you.
Oh, what?
Hold on, I need to slow my heart rate.
Oh dear. I go over and I'm like, and I'm tending to Drogar. Do you need cure wounds?
No.
Do you poop gold?
No, I don't poop gold, Winnie.
Silver?
Gracious. Such crude talk from such a young lady.
Copper? Dmitri leans over. Copper?
Breath weapon.
Okay. Carrying on.
Yeah.
We're so full of beans. So good. Yeah,
I'm
so we head into
delighted.
camp. Time to give Kay her lady time.
Okay. Picture of femininity, after all.
Femininity can be a lot of things. You emerge from the forests and the
sort of bare expanse of Yester Hill stretches out before you. The tiered levels of gravestones winding up to the top of the hill, where that monstrous tree that you felled once stood. But as you reach the bottom of the hill and emerge out of the forests, you see arrayed before you, all the way up the flank of the hill, are the berserkers, arrayed in sort of like a processional march, like on either side, like when a bride and a groom go down the aisle, they're stood to either side, sort of just like silent and at attention. What would you like to do?
Whoa. Oh gosh. Is that bad?
I don't know.
What does that mean? Olaf! What does that mean?
Yeah, would I know?
You would. Yeah.
You want to?
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh my God, they're leaving the room.
They're leaving!
There goes Tyler and Trevor have left the building.
Well, this would just be a perfect time for me to update the Goons Instagram.
Okay, where were we?
Berserker lore. What does that mean?
And Olaf will just like look over at Ayla and like smirk. And then he'll look back at you and he'll be like, oh, you'll see.
Oh, it's a good thing, though. It's a good thing.
And he'll just wink at you.
I'm not being mutinied, am I?
Oh, don't worry, Kavan. I just don't want to ruin the surprise.
Oh.
Coup d'etat?
Huh?
You say coup d'etat?
Yeah, like, a coup d'etat, except you got coup d'etat.
You got coup d'etat.
Yeah.
Kavan, you're saying some words I don't understand, but...
It's like a mutiny on land.
I wouldn't be calling you... I wouldn't
That's
be
so
calling
good.
you Kavan if you had anything to worry about.
Okay.
Let's go be surprised.
Okay. I don't like surprises, but I can't stop smiling.
Oh, come, Kavan. You're like this one.
So stepping forward. As you approach and you kind of reach the edge of the hill as it begins to escalate, and you reach like the first pair of berserkers stood arrayed. As you reach, in unison, it looks like a set of dominoes when you set them up. All the berserkers kind of like moving up the side of all move in unison. Ha ba zoo. And they strike like Warrior 2 and thrust their spears out, making an archway, connecting at the top. And as you settle at the bottom of this rampart heading up towards the top of the hill, you can see a mane of bright hair and a glint of gold off her ram horn crown. As Zarya steps way up at the top of the hill, she looks down at you all and like kind of just spreads her arms wide and gestures to the berserkers gathered below. Berserkers! What is it we see? The beacon's been relit! All of them in unison, all the way up the line, stomping their spear tips on the earth. And who do we have to thank for this? Kavan! 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 And for who do we sing? Our Queen, Bazoo! We sing. We sing for our queen. Yeah. And Sangzor's horn, build the flesh of the mountain born. Blood and sweat, we do our work. We do not sow, we go berserk! Zenobia needs its sturdy walls, the dragon's keep, imposing halls. Calloused hands will bust them all. We do not lurk, we go berserk!
seamen with giant's blood all mingled in. An army of kings needs a queen, and we've the best you've ever seen! Welcome back, Van.
Wow. Wow. Fucking cool. Now Kith.
Strahdcast features Campbell O'Hare as Winnie, K. Devine-Jones as Kaz, Ned Iannacone as Drogar, Tyler Kanter as Olaf, and me, Trevor William Fayle, as your DM. Oh, Duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said, "Hey, got any patrons?" And he waddled away, waddle, waddle. And he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle. Special shout out to our newest patrons, Steel Wolf 92, Erica Molinaro, and Caio Jose de Almeida. Welcome to the party. If you're not ready to support us financially, there are still plenty of ways to help us out. You can follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Critical Fail DM, binge Madness and Mercy on our YouTube channel, and join us there every other Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time when we do live listens of new episodes of the Strahdcast. Or rate and leave us a review wherever you like to listen. Thanks, Dungeoneers, and take your day with advantage.